What an honour it is to present this award. The 2020 Telstra For Purpose and Social Enterprise Award winner is Heidi Prowse.
Thank you so much. I really would like to start by acknowledging the finalists in this category, Samantha, Bianca and Suzanne, incredible women who are doing things usually for everybody else in our community, and it's been amazing to learn about the work that you're doing as well. I feel incredibly privileged to be standing here today. And I'm just going to grab my notes that I wrote down. It's actually a bit hard for me to describe how exceptional this actually is. I have not followed the traditional education pathway, and it was always something that I wondered whether it would ever stop me. But I think most importantly, I continue to ask myself, and I continue to tell myself, why not? I can do this. And if I don't know, I know someone who does. And I'm willing to go and ask that person for help. And I've been so lucky throughout my career to have exceptional women who are strong, but also tell me how it is. And they have made me a better leader and a better wife and a better human. And I'm very grateful to have been able to have those women in my life who have tested and challenged me. I'd really like to thank Telstra for hosting this awards. I certainly am someone who is always thinking about what could I do next. And this has been an exceptional opportunity for me to actually take a step back and celebrate where I've come from and what I've been able to do. I actually received the email for nomination from my dad. He is a super true blue Telstra customer from the bush. And my sister and I, we actually have an ongoing contest around who the favourite is. And I really thought I'd done one up. However, she was nominated as well. But she didn't put her application in, so yes, look at me go. I'm looking very forward to this phone call very soon. But let me tell you about why I decided that I'd fill out that application form, and that is because of an exceptional organisation, Mental Illness Education ACT, or MEACT, because it's a little bit easier to roll off the tongue. When I started, I did ask the question, why should or do we exist? Mental health education is important, but why are we doing it? And let me tell you that Mental Illness Education ACT, MEACT, have been doing exceptional things in our backyard for 25 years. And they've not just been doing it, trying to move forward and educate people around mental health, but we support people who are 8 to 108. And we do this through the combined approach of the lived experience for people who have been there and who have experienced the issues and the barriers that stop us from seeking help. And we combine that information with the research and the evidence and the curriculum in schools, and we ensure that we have the best outcomes for our community. One of the most important things that I wanted to do at MEACT was introduce an evaluation framework. And this is about us testing ourselves to really make sure that when we leave the classroom or we leave a workplace, that people have been empowered to sustain their own well-being and they know where they're going to be able to get that support from. We currently have a recommendation rate of 96%. And as the leader of that organisation, I'm sitting here going, all right, we can still do better. How do we make sure that that other 4% are walking out of our room knowing where to go and knowing that there is help that's available for them? One of the most important things that I was able to do last year was work with the Capital Health Network and the Office for Mental Health and Wellbeing on the Children and Young Person Review. And that's looking at the issues and the barriers and the services that are available for anyone under the age of 25. And that report will be launched by the Minister, Shane Rattenbury, next week, so please do keep a lookout for it. But it was able for me to actually have a bit more of an understanding about what the ACT is doing as regards to mental health. And I'd just like to share with you one of the testimonials. It said, "We need easier access to psychologists, counsellors, even in school. I know I have one at school, but I have no idea how to get to her. I don't want to ask other students because then they'll have questions." Now, I think so many times we throw the burden of raising our children just to a school, but MEACT are about having positive partnerships with our schools to ensure that we can actually raise them as a community together. And we sit here thinking about what is the impact for that young person, but actually the biggest thing that is stopping them is still stigma. MEACT have a do no harm framework, which means that our focus when we go into schools is sharing our stories safely. And we do that to ensure that education is the primary focus. And you can get us into your workplaces as well. And every workplace that we deliver to, it means that we can reach another classroom. So if you do anything when you leave tonight, please make sure you tell someone else about MEACT, because we're an exceptional ACT not-for-profit and we can do big things and we can do big things together. Thank you.